I wonder if that will actually happen.
Right.
You know, and the kid she wants to get a job, but we're like, well, you know, if you only have until July 4th, and then we also really kind of don't want her out of the house.
We are live, guys, now. So,
Oh, how cool.
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, you got it, Jill.
Yeah. I don't know what I did, but
You're funny.
so it's like a delay. It's a delay. So like when you look at it, if you're looking at it online, you are going to see like 20 seconds.
Oh, like those old Japanese movies that do the...
Or like when I try to do a TikTok and it's like way off.
Yes, I just got a question from Sherry. Oh my goodness, I have to get to where I can see the questions. She asked me to tell her a little bit more about our business. So Lisa, do you want to?
No, I don't. Go ahead.
Okay. This is a good question, Sherry. It's our business is kind of changing a little bit. Evolving. You know, we started out trying to just do podcasts and to make, see if we could get some funding to do that, and really not having a lot of success. And then we started working, whoever joined, working with, let's see, who did we start working with? Chris, with someone that I'd been working with Nick on Nikki's Gardens of Hope. And he kind of pushed us to go like broaden our content, and kind of, we thought also about making our platform more of a resource and offer some other services on there. And then we connected with some, cannabis people and really got interested in that. I had a personal interest in understanding cannabinoid medicine. And so from there, we connected with a cannabis guy that has a formula for an amazing botanical beverage. And so we are going to be pre-selling that pretty soon to get us some revenue streams. And also now we're actually charging for some guests. More people that want to do a podcast like a business, like big commercial, and want to highlight some unique part of their business. So we're starting to do that too. So that's, I don't know, Lisa, did I forget anything?
No, we did a few podcasts that basically were commercials, and we did them for free. And so we finally said, well, for those kinds of businesses, we definitely want to start charging. And that's what we've been able to do, which is nice. But we also still like to keep our toe into some of the other areas as well. And, and we're glad that Brooke is helping out with that now, and Daniel's helping. And, the special needs part, I think they'll be a part of that, the TSC world. And I hope.
Yeah, I think we're trying to keep a foot in, a lot of kind of, I don't want to say special interest groups. And I believe there's a common thread that runs through all of them. I think that's really kind of what I wanted to even talk about. I mean, I think I've had so many different phases of my life, and, I don't really like to call myself like one thing or the other and align myself with a particular set of beliefs, more just kind of, higher power, faith kind of thing, love over fear, and not claiming to be, say I'm sober or not sober. I'm a human being. We're human beings, and we're all trying to get through this life, and finding our commonalities, and blah blah blah. Lisa, help. Somebody
that's
talk.
Perfect. So we're working with Mike for research and development, and then we're also doing some commercial podcasts. So that's where we're
going. That's the business. Yeah, for sure. So, I guess, what do you guys, how are you doing with the coronavirus?
It's kind of a little bit crazy here, but.
Yeah, let's go say, like, Brooke, why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on there? We'll go around.
Okay, so I have posted a few videos, but I'll just catch everybody up. So I got diagnosed at 18 with TSC. I was told I could never have children. If I did, my body would fight it off. I'd be on the wheelchair by the age of 30. And so I have teenagers now. And a week ago, I was told after 17 years, you're not going to be doing hair anymore because the salons are closed. And I'm a person where I have a clientele. My mom quit doing hair. She raises my nephew. So I have her clientele as well. So I have scheduled, it's just busy. And then I would work like 9 to 2, run the kids around to other sports, then go back to work from like 5 to 8. So my life was like doubles of work every day, except I'd had that break to run the kids, wait for Rain's provider to get here. And then, because my daughter has TSC. And so my life just stopped. No track, no musicals, no golf, no Special Olympics, no nothing. So anyways, we move on. And then that Friday I get told, hey, can you take care of your niece? She was 2 days old. So the Monday right after the quarantine stay at home started, I have a baby here too. So it's just been.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah, I did hear that on one of your podcasts. Oh my gosh.
My sister is allowed to be here like all day. So, she can help out and do as much as she needs to do. But yeah, she's in my care for the meantime. So, but I wasn't sure how Rain would take it, honestly, because she gets very jealous. There was a couple days where for 2 hours straight, she did karaoke to make sure I heard her and danced in the living room and whatever I needed to do to make sure that I was still looking at her, even if the baby was napping. And it's just been interesting every day, something new. But, I've kind of gotten to the point with my son, he likes to stay in his room a lot. He's 13, almost 14, and he knows a lot. He's pretty smart, pretty witty, but he wasn't turning in his homework. And I would get texts from the teachers and I'm like, seriously, like, we're not doing anything. You can't get out of this. So I'm now the librarian. I make him check in when he starts and check out when he stops, because if he goes truant, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Because they're still going to start counting that. So we've just had to kind of figure out like, what's our new life? What's our new schedule? And you just got to kind of like figure out your day ahead of time a little bit, kind of plan a little bit, but you just make the best of it and just take one day at a time, literally. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what it's been like on my end.
Yeah. That's intense, Brooke. I give you credit. A new baby. Wow. I would want to run screaming.
She's actually like the calm part of my day. Like it brings me back down. So I love that. When I have to go tell my teenagers to pick up or clean up their food or do that, then I'm like, but the baby is the easy part right now. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, there she comes out.
Yes, I'm coming with the wig. Hey, okay, so Daniel, let's hear from you. What's your beef? What's the hard part? What's going on?
Let's see. So right when President Trump put that order for no traveling to Europe, that was when I was driving home and my car, apparently I hit something or something hit my car. That was when I think I told you about when my car.
Yes.
And so I had no car for a couple days until I found out my car was totaled. And then there was so much, it was just like that whole night was just horrible. It was just finding out, cutting back hours, no traveling here. For those that don't know, I do work in the travel airline industry. Been there for about 6 years or so. So it's it has hit I guess it has hit us really hard for, well, the first impact, I guess I should say, besides other businesses. But it's just so much uncertainty because they don't know what's going to happen. It's taking one day at a time. And even though I took a 30-day leave, it's like, well, am I going to go back to that 30? Am I going to go back, or are they going to put a furlough to us? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's one of those things, just like, I mean, I don't know,
Yeah,
like filed for unemployment, but I mean, there's only a certain amount of money you get from unemployment.
Yeah.
And
Right.
those are the biggest parts. I think a lot of people, especially with TSC or those that have disabilities, that don't know how to file for unemployment, especially if you get laid off or some sort. I think that's the most challenging part, because I went on those websites and I'm struggling, just trying to figure out what they sent me a link to something, and I'm like,
It's really tough.
I'm trying to figure out, I don't understand what they're trying to say. And just like, I have family members that can do that in a matter of like, boom. So.
Oh yeah, I've been through, the disability applications are really, I don't know, Brooke, if you've done them. I mean, we've gotten rejected, had to reapply, and it's just, I think personally, it's like just kind of an escalated version of kind of how we roll overall. we just never know what is going to go down. And I think that's true in general of anybody, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, Daniel, though. I don't have the employment situation that you do, so I cannot relate to that. So I give you, yeah, that's tough.
It was tough, Daniel. It was tough. Like I was on there for probably 2 hours and I finally gave up. I called, they said our phone lines are too long. Let's call back. So I did that. And then I finally asked my friend who's also a hairdresser, because there wasn't anything for us until like Saturday, because we're 1099, we booth rent. So if we don't work, we don't get paid. We don't have that W-2, that unemployment that you pay into like you guys. So it was still hard. I text her and I'm like, I'm going to give up. Please do this for me. Like I wanted to cuss at it so bad because I didn't know what I was doing. And I kept showing my boyfriend, I'm like, how do I do this? How do I fill this out? But as far as the disability stuff, I had Rain's provider help me this last time because there's too much. They want to know everything besides the type of toilet paper you use. It's ridiculous.
Well, I applied for a disability. What was it? About sometime last year or so, and yeah, they declined me because they said I was working full time at a job that I was just trying to fill in a gap, and then just basically said, and I'm like, is that it? She's like, yeah, that's it, and she just hung up.
You got to keep going. They kind of want to see how much you'll work for it. I mean, that's really honestly how it is, because usually if you're younger it's a little easier, but if I were to go do that right now, because I have enough on my like list that I probably could get approved for, I know we have different things, but I would have to keep applying. But at least they backdate it for the first time you do that. So if I were you and you're in that position again, ask for some help, ask for some resources, and start over and just keep applying.
Okay, yeah, because it was a lady from Nevada, and like when she called me, I'm like, the number didn't even look familiar, and she's like, I need your information as soon as possible or talk to you. I'm like, well, if you need help, you can reach out. I've done it a few times, but I'm happy to help you. We can FaceTime and I can walk you through it. Okay.
So sweet.
Hey, Jamie, to fill us in on what's going on with you.
With me is
do you want to share your diagnosis? Or?
I was going to start off with the social distancing. I've been doing it since November, and it has nothing to do with this. I have Parkinson's, and I had brain surgery in November, and then this is I'm nervous. I don't know why.
Oh, don't be nervous.
You don't want to.
Sorry. Yeah, so this is like the same kind of thing that you've already been going through in some ways.
And I will say disability is awful. That's the good thing my company did for me was give me an attorney. They didn't want me on long-term disability on the company's dime, so they gave me an attorney to fight through all the Social Security stuff. So I feel sorry for you guys. It's tough to work that system. A lot of people, I read about it. It's just awful.
How's it going with Kendall home, Jamie?
Oh, she hates it. But the poor girl, she's a senior, and
I know. My heart breaks for her. Yeah.
Everything's getting taken away, and you know, they were born under 9/11, so
I know. Yeah. I saw that. I saw a meme about that, actually. I have a niece who is a senior too, and so far they've canceled prom, and it looks like commencement will not be happening.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, you know, we were going to take her on a cruise, and we're doing that now. And then,
oh crap! Poor kid. Yeah.
Yeah, she's right there. Behind me.
Hi, Kendall.
Hi, Kendall. Yeah, I was gonna say, if anybody's kids are in the background and want to say hi.
And here's mine.
You like on
Facebook. Yeah, she loves people. She's so friendly.
It's all right. She said hi.
Yeah, she did.
I'm impressed. Yeah.
How about the dog? Yeah.
Oh, the dog. Let's see the dog.
Yeah, let's see if we can. I won't touch him now.
Yeah, so my kids I guess it seems like we're all in some level of denial, I think, because it hasn't really impacted us a whole lot. I think probably more for my youngest,
Caroline.
Caroline. Yeah.
Social life has seriously
She's got
taken a
quite a
hit.
social life. Sarah is Sarah has TSC, and she's more, I don't want to say withdrawn. She's just introverted and artistic. So this is, nothing new for her. She didn't really do a whole lot. And then Jack is like, he's okay with it so far. And I haven't really, I guess one thing I wanted to see what you guys were thinking of, I don't know, like, well, Dan, you don't have anything relatable. Well, maybe just the schoolwork and trying to get them to like at least check in with something cognitive during the day. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten all this stuff from Jack's teachers, and I'm trying to like look at his IEP and whatnot. And they're not asking me to look at his IEP, but just to see what's most important. And I don't know, I'm just kicking and screaming, I guess. So
I've lost the battle. I don't know what Kendall's doing. I know that she had a Zoom day yesterday with her teacher. She goes to a vocational school, so she had class with her shop teacher. That was like 30 minutes, and I don't know what else is going on that just like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's weird. I don't know what's going on with Caroline in her school.
Yeah, I don't either.
And
So
they don't have a
yesterday,
plan, right?
well, I don't know. Are your kids in, well, you said vocational, but Talon's in, like, he's in 8th grade. So I've actually had teachers text me and say he's checked in, or he hasn't checked in, or he hasn't finished this AR assignment. And there's one that's absolutely like on time with making sure that he stays on top of things. He did apply for all honors classes for high school, but he's not going to be doing that if he doesn't turn in his work now. So I've been on him about that for sure. But Rain's school's different. Like, she has a log, you have to keep hours. They send worksheets. I don't like her on the internet very long, so it's different.
Yeah, Kendall, she's also a senior, so it's really tough at this point to get them to do anything.
Right. Right. She's already got senioritis.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she just got accepted to, Quincy, I think.
To where?
Quincy.
Is that where she's going to go?
Yeah, she's going to do 2 years there, and then she'll apply
Awesome.
to state.
She'll save a nice amount of money doing that. Yeah, good.
So,
Yeah.
I feel bad for the seniors. I really do. I mean,
Yeah, I
thinking
do
about
too.
all the stuff you got to do and just
Yeah.
all they're missing out on. That's really sad.
It is.
when I was a senior, I mean, that's all I was about was the prom and
Oh,
graduation.
yeah.
Well, doing hair for 17 years. I never used to take any Saturdays off. So it's going to be weird this year not having our weddings and proms.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because those are huge days. Like, you want to work prom because, it's like a wedding. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's weird. There's the funeral home isn't having there's nobody there either. That's weird. Like, you think about what you can't do. Like, I didn't think about people that were gonna get married, in a couple of weeks maybe, or what if the parent dies?
Oh God, I know. Yeah, or when Jill and I did the birth podcast, or Jill did the birth podcast, I just listened to it. Yeah, that was fascinating because I hadn't really thought about that. Like, I'd be terrified to go into the hospital right now and deliver, and some hospitals aren't even allowing your partner to be there, which I just would not do. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Stay in, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Not doing it. Stay in, baby.
Like, I'm actually enjoying my sister being here. We haven't been like that close our whole life because she lived with my dad, and I'm the oldest of 8, but my mom had 5 at the time. So I haven't really got to spend that time, and she's right after me. So it's actually been fun to be adults and moms together. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I just wanted to say something positive. Like, it's actually been really nice to have her support, because she's like, I see what you're talking about. Like, nobody believed me. Why do you have cameras? Or why do you have, that stuff? And it's been nice to have her to be like, well, I know why. And like, yeah, I just caught Rain today. She was eating for like the 17th time. And I'm like, I can talk to her. I can talk to her through the cameras. And she's like, I know you're watching me. And I'm like, yes, stop. get out of the kitchen.
Eating for the
But
17th time. That's
yes,
classic.
yes.
That's like
No, she doesn't
fast
even, she
food.
doesn't finish it though. Like she'll make it, eat 2 bites, and then literally throw the whole thing away or just leave it out. And I'm like, are we coming back? What are we doing? Like,
Oh,
what are we
Caroline
doing?
does that. Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a waste. And
Right.
then when you're in this and you don't want to go to the store or get groceries, you know, you're like, and so then we buy those dollar meals a lot because we don't feel like if she eats those and loves those, then they're not so wasted because it's $1. But yeah, Talon says he's starved himself because he has to go in the middle of the night and eat when no one else is down so he can have all the
Oh.
food. Like everybody's acting like they're in survivor mode and it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've been really glad that my kids are older. I can't imagine if they were
Mhm.
younger, especially with like the emergencies that were more prevalent during that
yeah.
time. I mean,
Mhm.
I think that's
Oh yeah.
the fear is that something happens with, TSC and that somebody has a seizure. There's something that I have to go to the hospital for. And like
It's
that's where
terrifying.
my mind goes when I get really anxious about, this situation. But
Yeah, like I know I'm following the rules because I want this to be over with as soon as possible. So I am like staying home and I am staying away from people. If I go for a walk, we're walking apart, but I'm not like I'm not negative about it. I'm actually, as much as I miss my hair clients, because I really do, I'm thankful I'm able to be home to help with the baby. I'm thankful I'm able to have that like peace and downtime a little bit. Like it's not fun not getting
Mm.
paid clearly or seeing people, but I know that the sooner we cooperate, the sooner this can be over. So I'm just more of like learned to just be patient, and which I wasn't like that. So I've changed a
Wow.
lot. I was not a patient person. I have TS, so that doesn't work out well for me all the time, but I'm really trying because I want this to be over with.
good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I'm kicking and screaming, but following the rules pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems so abstract, I guess, and maybe you guys, I haven't seen anyone that's been sick or know anyone, and like I hear these numbers and it's like I have this mental picture in my head, but then like it seems just surreal, I guess is the only word. I don't know.
So I do have a friend. She's actually in your area. Well, close to your area.
Uh-huh.
Her neighbor's husband has it. And then his guy that works with him just died. So I have heard like not really close to me stories, but close enough that I'm like, okay, there are people, like the numbers are put to a person. So
Yeah.
not that many, but knowing someone that they're saying, hey, they got, they have the virus and one person died and a friend has it that works with them. Like that's sad. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the same thing. A guy I went to high school with had his cousin die.
Oh boy.
And I was like, it's 42. I was like, oh my goodness.
My mom said it today. She said the main age for people that are passing are 56, and she's like, or 53, and she's like, good thing I'm 56, and I'm like, okay.
Well, I'm 53, so yeah.
Well, stay in.
Stay in.
Well,
And it's
yeah,
supposed
I
to be
did
peaking
stay
like in the next week or two here is what I heard. So
Yeah.
we're not
Oh, yeah.
anywhere close to being done yet. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Daniel, what's it like out there, out west?
There's still people out on the road here and there and grocery shopping. Like today I went to the grocery store with my sister. There was a lot of people, quite a number of people at the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah.
I went to get like two or three things. My sister wanted to get some other things, but there was like a lot of people. I was trying to get in the vitamin area, and this lady comes right up, and I'm like, "Hello, I'm standing right here. Hello, like you're invading my space." And
Oh, really?
I just walked away. And came back, and I still didn't find my medicine I was looking for. But
My mother said she yelled at somebody today who got too close to her.
Good for her.
Good for you. She doesn't go out very much, but she had to go to the store, and she said most of the people were staying away, but there was someone too close, so she let them know they were too close.
Yeah,
I think
big
Ohio
wide.
just did that today. Ohio just made everybody you can only have certain amount of people in the stores now.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gone to that. I'm glad, because that I think would make me feel panicky.
I
I know,
just
that's
don't
so
go to the
silly.
store.
It really
just get
is. It's not
delivery,
like, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Walgreens was checking people at the door. They only would let so many in.
Oh, really? That might be.
Yeah, they're
It changes
pushing
so
their
quickly.
drive-through.
Yeah.
Pardon? Oh,
Like I
yeah.
got an email saying that you could go to the drive-through at
Yeah.
Walgreens and they get some small items and they'll hand them right out of the pharmacy drive-through. So
Gotcha.
that's a good way. It's like you
Yeah.
see these businesses kind of pivot to try to figure out how to like recoup. Like I know some of the dispensaries out here are making like hand sanitizer. They're using the extraction
Yeah.
equipment and so like I don't know, because I can't imagine, if I had been working at a traditional job and all of a sudden just everything comes to a standstill and
Yeah.
you're home with your family, like maybe you don't even get along. I guess that's the other thing. I'm glad that I mostly get along. I don't know about
It's
you
a lot
guys.
of togetherness.
It
I mean,
is.
so far everybody's done fairly well, but it's a lot of togetherness. I am feeling like I need my own room right now. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well,
I feel like, oh, go ahead.
No,
No,
you
no.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I
You
feel
go.
like, okay, so we have a place, we have 6 bedrooms. So everybody can kind of like be in their own space. And I feel like we kind of all know when that is. And everybody just, sometimes we'll get together for dinner or are we having breakfast? Let's go on a walk. But there are times where we can just have our own space. And it has been really
Nice.
nice to have that because
Yeah.
this house is it's long. It's a duplex, but it goes long ways. So each side is like 3,000 square feet, which is a lot. And
That's a lot.
so, but you can hear people when they're walking upstairs because it's not really insulated well, but you can't like hear them talking or it's not that bad, but it's definitely nice to have your own space. So we're all kind of all social distancing ourselves when we need to. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Brooke?
Northwest Ohio.
Okay.
So about an hour and a half from Michigan. Their borders are closed now as well.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you work out of state, you're not allowed to be leaving the state or coming in. So
Yeah. I lived on, the reason I asked is grew up in Pennsylvania and it's
Okay.
on the Ohio border.
yeah, I was just on that turnpike last month. That is a killer.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awful. The only thing
Yes.
that is worse than the turnpike is the Interstate 80.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice and it was like whatever, but I was just like those mountains, I'm not used to that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of curves and everything.
And it was pouring down rain and
Oh my
yeah, it
gosh.
was
Yeah.
scared for my life. No joke. I hate
Oh,
driving at
no.
night anyways, but
Me too.
Yeah,
too.
me too.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm a big
just-
baby about it.
Me too. I'm like, oh, it's 7:00. We're done driving for the day. So I am. I'm ridiculous about it.
Yep.
I
If
act
my
like I'm
daughter
blind.
like needs a ride, I'm like, please, can you get a ride? Or please,
Ride your bike. I'm not taking you.
ask somebody else. So then she texts John. She texts my boyfriend right next to me. Come get me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if my boyfriend wants something, he'll be like, I'll drive you to the carry out, but you have to go in. I'm like, I'll go in, but I'm not driving. Like, I just won't.
You buy, I'll fly, or I'll fly, you buy.
Yeah. Kenny
Yep.
and I used to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's fine with me.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of glad that I kicked my not that I mean I'm not saying anything about drinking because I was nutty about it, but I'm glad I kicked it overall before this happened. I can't imagine, like if I had that.
Parties are all open and they're delivering, so.
Right, I know.
Yeah, they deliver now too.
I'd
I'm
be
like,
like,
yeah.
geez.
24/7.
They do. We ordered Pizza Hut and they offered, what did they offer? Coors Light? Yeah. Coors Light
Really?
12 pack
Wow.
with your order. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
We
I'm
didn't get
wondering-
it, but yeah.
I'm wondering if after this is all over, are we gonna, you have the ability to not see another person or deal with anybody if you don't want to. And just this situation
True.
lets it, there are people that are shy or whatever to isolate after this.
I don't mind this all that much.
Yeah.
If I could be alone more often in my house, I'd actually be just fine with this. I know that's awful, but really, I like
you know,
not dealing
Lisa,
with
I
a lot
get
of
it.
people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm that way now too, so.
Yeah, I do miss my friends though. I do. I
Yeah.
miss seeing
I
you
don't have
in
any here.
person and yeah,
I miss my clients. I feel bad. They're all
Yeah,
going to be a
I miss my
disaster.
clients too.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I was thinking like a month back and I was laying here, I was like, this is so nice and peaceful. And I was by myself and I'm like, this is just wonderful. And then, you know, you don't think like, where are you going to be at in a month? Where are you going to be at? Like, even right now, like thinking, where are we going to be at in a month? But you have to keep, like, I listen to either Jim Rohn or someone that's motivational at least every morning, just for like 20-30 minutes, just because for me, my mental health, like I have to listen to something to like get my mind out of thinking about this is
Yeah.
going to be over, you know, because when we all
Yeah,
come out of this, we've got to really concentrate on our mental health, because that's
Yeah.
what's going to affect us the most. We can go walk still, we can ride the Peloton, we can, you know, read, you know, do things, activity, you know, like she runs and Jill runs, but you have to really put those good things in your head right now. Like you got to start planning that now.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's true. You know, and it is, I think I can't think too far ahead. It's almost like
Mm-mm.
I was saying to someone, it seems like it's the end of the world, and don't get me wrong, but, and I don't, it's just this, like, I don't know what it looks like past
Right.
this.
Right.
Mhm.
That's the thing, we don't. This is completely unprecedented. And so, you know, when they told my daughter that she was gonna have to go to school in the summer, she was flipping out. And I'm like, well, and I kind of felt the same way, like, this is awful. What's she gonna do? How's she gonna have spending money if she can't work? But what are they going to do? I mean, there aren't a lot of options. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with, you know, the kids that are still in high school. If they can't go back, how are they gonna move them forward? And no one knows, because we've not done this before.
Right, right. Yeah,
Right when this
Right.
all happened, I think it happened right about January, I want to say. Right when it happened, I was messaging my friends in China, but actually, they said everyone was like staying home, ordered to stay home, but it's actually starting to peak down now in China. But I've been reading a lot of articles and things where they're thinking that it might peak back again because of how they think people, if they open the borders again from other, or as well as other provinces that may have people that are stuck in there and trying to get back home, it might peak back up again.
Yeah.
yeah, there's all kinds of ways. I guess it could be like a rebound effect or something like
Mhm.
that, which, but yeah,
Can't think
I don't
that
know.
far ahead.
I know.
Nope, just
Nope.
take it one day at a time. If
Yeah.
we
Get some
all,
tests.
yeah, if we do that, it's going to be worse for us, I think.
Yeah, you know, we were rating in China, Daniel. TSC Talks was rating
Oh wow!
for like 11th in alt medicine in China,
Oh
which
wow!
seems really
Nice.
random.
What province are you from, Daniel?
Zhejiang province, Hangzhou.
Oh, really? Huh.
For those that are listening, I am adopted from mainland China. I have another sibling adopted from China. She's from Wenzhou, my sister. Two siblings
really?
adopted from South Korea, and then I have a cousin on my dad's side that is adopted from Romania. So
Oh, wow.
I mean, so it's very diverse. I've gone on 2 adoption tours for those that don't know, with the
Oh, that's awesome.
National Council for Adoption and Gladney Center for Adoption. I went on the very first one in 2007, right before the Olympics happened. They were building the Olympic Stadium and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, just seeing it, it's fairly interesting. So yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Do you
so
speak Mandarin?
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you speak
No,
Mandarin?
go ahead.
Oh, very, very little.
Yeah,
Very little.
wasn't sure.
I should need to brush up on my, I mean, I can make small talk, but to get by, probably I could, I can understand more than I can speak,
Uh-huh.
but which is probably most, but I haven't used it in a long time. So, you know, they say you use it or lose it.
Yes.
So.
Yes. And the only thing I remember is xie.
Yeah.
That's it. We knew a few things when we went to China, but those are the only words I remember. So anyway.
I remember second time going to China. I was in the markets and I was bartering with the what was it, the guy, and he spoke English pretty fluently, but I was
Wow.
like, and I was trying to say no, I only want to pay $10 or for $10 for this item, this one, and then I just walked away, and he's like tracking me down.
Oh.
He's trying to see me. I'm like, no, I'll go with someone else that can get me it cheaper.
Oh, that's funny. I can't do that. I can't bargain like that.
No, I'm
Terrible.
too-
Neither. Me
Yeah.
either. I just run. I'm like, don't talk to me.
Well, it was
I
like
was
12 floors, so it's just like, I could find someone else that can give it to me for cheaper.
It's a riot. Oh,
It
man.
is, yeah. That's a different way of thinking, I guess, than we're used to here.
Oh,
In
yeah.
terms of bartering and whatnot. Hey, who's that? You want to come say hi, Jack? Jack, my son Jack's here to take his medicine. So
Hi, Jack.
come over here.
Hi, Jack.
These are my friends. Well, you know Jamie, and this is Daniel. Daniel has TSC too, and Brooke. These guys help work on the podcast. So yeah, we were just talking about you and everybody else. So okay, these look good.
Do you have it?
Whoa, there he goes.
Brooke, do you have TS?
Yes.
Okay.
I have TSC and mine are mainly in my kidneys, what affects me. And then I have angiofibromas. But I've been on Afinitor for 11 years now. So my kidney tumors were 4.5 centimeters and now they're down to like nothing. So.
And Afinitor is an
Through
immunosuppressant.
Yes, it's from the Easter Islands. It's from the soil, and it's through Novartis. So.
Yeah, it's one med that's like a kind of one of those amazing type of miracle. Like for some reason, it works really well on TSC as an immunosuppressant, but not so well for like cancer. So it's like this.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's used for people with normally for people with transplants, but because ours is an osis and it regrows, we have to take this, we don't know how long, so I've been on 11 years. I'm not sure the longest person or how they've been on it, but I was in the beginning of the drug trial area where I didn't know if I was on placebo or not. And then after a while, they had a cognitive one for my daughter, and then she's on it for her SEGA, and it's not shrunk it, but it's kept it not growing. So,
Good.
and then she has kidney tumors as well. So, but they're not anything to worry about, but it's still better safe than sorry. And she gets mouth sores. So
Yeah, mine do.
yeah.
Mary Ellen does.
I don't anymore, but I did. But if she gets a little bit sick, I pull her off a little bit, then I'll put her back on. And they said you could kind of do that because you don't, their body, but being in the whole hormone age, your body, I don't know if you guys know this, but around your menstrual cycle, your body lacks amino acids. So then that's where those sores come from, because your body can't produce enough because it's already trying to help the medicine work. So that's kind of when they're worse is around their menstrual cycle. At least that's what I've gathered being on it as long as I have. So you can take L-lysine or different things that help the amino acids, but I just flat out take amino acids now. So it's different. Yeah.
Huh, I hadn't heard that correlation, and that might have been helpful. Actually, it may be, because Mary Ellen seems to get them.
I can't document it or say that it is an absolute cure-all, but anyone that's asked me, I give them that help. And but it's hard to ask your child that already takes medication, hey, you want to take some more? So yeah.
How old's your daughter?
She is 15, almost 16.
Okay. She's a degree.
Daniel, how old are you?
I am 26.
26. Okay. I knew you were in your 20s. I couldn't remember what.
I'll be 27 in May, so I'm hoping that all this is done by May. It's go do something.
Hope so too.
I know. May, I guess, is, yeah, hopefully. Who knows?
May is going to be canceled. I hope not.
It might be. Right.
I know. I hope not too.
Yeah. So, this was pretty fun. We have a little bit of time left. I was trying to think. I had a funny story. I can't remember it. Anybody got a funny story? Something that happened?
I can't remember anything. I don't know what I did yesterday.
I think we were talking about here's a funny one. Jack and I was teaching him to pick up his meds at the pharmacy and whatnot. And he went up, so he got the first step, and he went in by himself, and they asked him a question. He didn't know the answer. And so instead of standing around and trying to, figure it out, he just left. So they asked him a question and he like, I think it was like, I don't know what, it was just something that he didn't know the answer to. So he just kind of walked out and he came home and he told us, and I don't know, we just all think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Joe would do that.
I don't know the answer to that one, but
That's funny.
yeah.
We teased Rain yesterday that they were going to have school all summer long and they were going to have to repeat the same grade. And then she was
Not
like
funny.
bawling hysterically and crying. And then all of a sudden I get a message and she's telling all her friends. So now she's the jokester. And then she told me that Talon was hurt and he hurt his leg or he broke a leg or something. And I'm like rushing and coming out because I was like, he came out of his room. How'd he break his leg? And she goes, haha, April Fools. I was like, oh, yeah, it was funny.
I saw a thing on Facebook that some mom woke her kids up and said, oh, I just got a text and they put school back on. And she made the kids get all ready and then came outside and she took pictures. And then as she went to take the picture, she said, okay, say April Fools. She
Oh,
got-
that's so
great.
funny.
yeah. I was like, oh, I wish the kids were young enough to do that too.
Yeah.
I totally would
Right?
do that.
Oh, Caroline got up in the middle of the night and I came out in the kitchen and she was up and I'm like, what are you doing? And she was trying to pull a April Fool's prank and she taped the sprayer nozzle of the,
Yeah.
That's
my kids did
good.
that.
and she
Mhm.
got me, of course, because I was like, oh, that's fine, go ahead and do it. I get up, earlier, a few hours later, and I go into the kitchen and completely forgot, and it shoots all over the kitchen. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
riot.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so what are you guys doing for fun? I mean, watching TV? I mean, I don't know. I guess one thing that I thought, like, I keep thinking, oh, I wish I could go, like, we could go on vacation or like just go and
I was
everything
thinking
comes to
that.
a dead end other than like hiking in the woods or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's just surreal. So,
They're keeping the beach parking lots closed. So, I mean, even the beaches, I don't know. I
Really?
guess you can, yeah.
uh,
I would think you
Yeah.
could keep social distance, but
You know
Yeah.
what's weird is they're like, my boyfriend was supposed to go on a golf trip to Myrtle Beach, but it got canceled because of whatever. But now they're letting them golf, but they can't. They have all these rules. So
really?
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm like, how come you can golf, but I can't go? I mean, I understand why I can't go do hair and touch people because you're like touching them, but I'm just like, seriously, you get to go do like, there's nothing else to really do other than walk or hike or, other than like, you can't really go to the park. They don't really suggest that
No.
because so it's just like, okay, so what could we do like just to get out of the house? So there's just not a lot left, that
Yeah.
doesn't
Car rides.
involve. Right. And I
Yeah.
was like excited. I thought, oh, I'm going to go wash my car. That's even closed. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I just asked Chris to take me for a drive. I'll go anywhere.
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, I'll come pick you up. We'll have to go for a drive. Oh, we
Yeah.
can't.
No, yeah, we're not allowed to hang out.
I know.
I did sit in my
forgot that.
I sat in my car today because it was sunny and put the windows down and everything for a Zoom. I was like, I'm gonna go sit outside for this. But but not much. I mean, but you just gotta figure out like just get yourself out there a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to.
Yeah. Yep. Have a dance party in your living
Mhm.
room or
We've been having Zoom dance parties. Those are pretty fun.
Yeah,
You have?
we had happy hour the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I miss it too. Well, when it's nicer out, Jamie, we can go to your house and we'll all sit outside 6 feet apart.
Okay,
I've seen
yeah.
that too.
we can do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my friends and I were just saying that the other day. Either we're gonna go for a walk and like walk all the way across the street, which is possible, like one on the one sidewalk, one on the other, or we're gonna do the backyard thing.
That's something I think is really interesting is I live on like a main little street. It's kind of, there's traffic because there's a school out of the corner. So many people I see walking now.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a positive.
yeah.
we got a lot of new neighbors over the winter apparently, because I don't know half the people walking through our neighborhood. I'm like, where
Well,
did these
I don't
people
know
come
these
from?
people. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody's starting their outside exercise programs. I love
Mhm.
it.
I mean,
Right.
getting begging just to run errands for us now, just to get her out of the house.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I'm kind of glad my kids don't have their license right now because I'd be trying to go hide cars.
Uh,
Yeah, I took Caroline to just turn the car on because she's almost got a permit, so I'm outing myself. And turn the car on and back it up and pull it into a parking space, and yeah, and that was pretty much enough for me. But that was one thing we could do.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't
I'm
know,
just-
Daniel, what have you been doing?
I've been catching up on just TV shows and then trying to plan for the rest of the year, actually, believe it or not.
Good. Good for you.
Trying to skip past these couple months and then trying to plan for like the fall time.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, because it'll be here before you know it. But yeah, just trying to figure out like for those that don't know, I do travel a lot and for the CS Alliance, but I like to want to figure out what events I can go to, as well as other things that I don't know what else is going to be happening, and hopefully things will be back to normal by then. But wanting to figure out how am I going to get there? Where am I going to go? Where who am I going to meet up with and whatnot? So
Gives
That's
you
good.
something to look ahead to.
yes,
Mhm.
try to just look for the positive. Yes, taking it one day at a
Yeah.
time, as Brooke said too, as well.
It's gonna be Christmas
Absolutely.
before we know it.
Yeah, that's true. What?
It's gonna be
I said
Christmas
hush.
before we know it.
Hush.
Yeah, I know, but I want summer, although if we can't go to the beach, there's really no point. But
Yeah, well,
I don't live by a beach. We live by country clubs.
yeah.
So yeah. We have like oh yeah, well that's like a couple hours, but we could go there. That's true. But we always get you guys know what Cedar Point is?
Oh
you
yeah,
know-
I've been there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we always get season passes to Cedar Point. So we would go if we go there and it's fun. But so we have them this year too. So I hope we get to use them. They usually start in about April, but this year they probably won't, obviously. But
Yeah.
I love Cedar Point.
yeah, it's so
Yeah,
fun.
that's-
I love it.
Good place. Yep.
Yeah.
Any good TV shows, guys, or Netflix before we wrap this up?
Tiger King.
Tiger King. I had never heard of that. And I was listening to you guys and I was
You
frantically.
see it everywhere now that you've heard of it.
I know.
Because every day
Yeah.
I see a new story about it now that I've heard of it and watched it. And now I have to find something else trashy to watch.
Better
and,
Call Saul.
Something
What?
else
Better
trashy.
Call Saul.
Yeah, was it you who was telling me about that?
I don't
And
know.
then
I love it.
if you have Hulu, I'm watching the best series. It's called Little Fires Everywhere.
Okay.
Oh my God, Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington. So good.
Oh, I like her.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm watching it because I love both of them, but I was like sucked in immediately. And then I was psyched to find I actually have the book on my iPod. So I mean my iPad. So I'm gonna read the book as soon as the miniseries is over. But yeah, really, really, really good. I may watch it again. I'm gonna try and get Allie to watch it.
Does anybody watch on TBS? I know this is not a pay-per-view type thing, but the one it's got Daniel Radcliffe and
Oh,
I've seen the ads for that, but
I can't think of the name, but it's like the castle, the poop, the shit guy. Oops.
yeah,
The,
yeah, it's really I don't understand.
it's called, oh God, I'm having like a senior moment.
Yeah.
I've
I
seen
don't-
the ads.
I don't watch TV. I've literally only watched
I
Tiger King
generally
in the last
don't
6
either.
months.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
because I mean, I know
Much,
there's
but-
not a lot to do, but the only other thing I've been told that's great is Ozark, which
Oh,
I don't
it's
know
My
what that's even
husband
on.
watches that. He likes that.
So I might dig into that, but I'm the person, like I said, I like to finish stuff. I don't like to, what's next? Like soap opera 10 years. Like I can't do that. It's too much.
Yeah, I can't do soap operas anymore.
Yeah,
No,
me
I'm like,
either.
I just want to know who they marry, not like in 10 years, you know,
Yeah.
like I
Right, like-
can't.
She gets like a new hair grows in during one season.
Yes.
Next season, there's another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah, guys, thanks for doing this. This was a lot of fun. I hope it was,
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
hope anybody that watched us was, enjoyed our exciting conversation.
Yeah.
It was
We'll
fun.
do
It's
it
nice to
again.
know it's nice to know what's going on everywhere and what everybody's doing and how you're dealing with it. So I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Me
get
too.
Jamie to help us on the podcast too, so she might be doing, so yeah, now you got a name with a face and
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
we all, yeah, it's funny that it's all of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, so, and I've listened to both of you, but I hadn't actually met you, so it was nice to meet you both.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
And it was
Yeah,
good to
nice
see you, Jamie.
Nice to see you
Nice
guys.
seeing you guys.
Stay
Yeah.
well, thanks a lot. I'm gonna end
Thank
it.
you.
All
All
right,
right,
bye.
sounds good.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.